very good condition. It's 4 sections, never been even put outside. It's got a tip and 2 20-foot sections to go with it. Altogether, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. Altogether, it should put me, if I get me a 10-foot water pipe, sink it down, it should put me about 82 feet up in the air.
What kind of water pipe you looking for?
1/2-inch steel, 10-foot section or a 15-foot section. That ought to get that antenna up there. And I'm talking about that's where the base of the antenna will be.
Joe, well, you know, I still have some of these masts over here, man. You know, you're welcome to.
I don't think that mast is going to be sturdy enough. That big, heavy water pipe, clamp it to that jewel, that'll work it. Keep it from swaying. I'm going to clamp her off to the corner of the houses. Clamp it off from the 3-story base, the side of the house, clamp it to the house all the way down and stick her in concrete.
You're talking about some galvanized, right?
Yep. And it's got 4 arms on the antenna, so hopefully that should help my receive.
I think you'll be walking the dog and kicking the cat, right?
I hope so.
Something back over here tomorrow.
What's your put on top of it, contact?
That BVV 58.
Track the info.
If I can ever figure out how to put the cotton picking thing together.
You ain't got the instructions with it?
Yeah, but it didn't say how far to pull one in and one out the other and stick one up that and then slide it out the other end or what.
Yeah, it does tell you what to measure the elements are, radials on the bottom, and how long the thing's supposed to be.
I'll tell you where you can stick one.
I'm pretty sure you could. I can tell you where to stick that tower.
I must say, man, Mako, they didn't do too hot a job on the instructions about that 5/8 antenna. It is, you do it, if you read them close enough, it's not that bad, but it'll throw you for a loop.
Yeah, I read this thing about 3 times and it just doesn't make sense. I got all my pieces laid out. It just doesn't make sense.
I'll give you a hand anytime you need it, contact. Yeah, I don't know much about the antenna, but I'm sure we can figure it out, Roger.
10-4. It just says number 10 to number 24 times 2 screws, and it doesn't say how far, how high, or nothing of that nature. So I think I'll just throw it together and stick an SWR meter on it and see if I can get it tuned out, and if I don't, I'll just keep cutting pieces off until I get it tuned up.
You won't go together but one last one.
You don't need to cut nothing off that thing. I've cut it up 3 times already and it's still too short.
Just get you an antenna to me, you'll be straight.
Yeah, Wayne said, read directions. It tells you how far to pull one from the other. That's baloney. I don't see anything. I can read a measuring tape fairly well, and it doesn't say.
That's the thing about old Wayne, he's a straight shooter, you know, he'd shoot from the hip, tell you what's up.
All it says is a half-inch pipe, 5/8 inch pipe, 3/4 inch pipe, 7/8 inch pipe. Adjust length here.
What does it tell you, the overall length of it?
It doesn't even tell you that. That's the bad thing. And I've read this, there's 3 pages of instructions, and it doesn't even say.
They don't give you the total inches from the tip to the, down there to the ring.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
Hey, is it a Mako brand antenna or one of the other ones? Yeah, Mako 5/8. Well, I didn't know if it was the actual Mako or, you know, they got that cheaper version, same thing, just cheaper version. I just wondered, I mean, you know, the Mako instructions, like I say, they were confusing as hell, you know, till you sat down and really looked at them. I just, you know, figured maybe if it was one of the cheaper versions, it might not have quite as good of instructions with it.
It's all aluminum, but would it hurt to paint it, say black?
You don't paint black.
Yeah, that actually might affect your SWR just a hair, but I mean, you can do it. You can play with it. I don't know about black, like Redneck said, but you can paint it. It's going to affect your SWR a little bit. It's not like painting a fiberglass antenna because, you know, the fiberglass isn't really radiating. It's just protecting the radiating element.
Well, the aluminum tube is the radiating element. If you can have fiberglass covering a radiating element, why can't you cover it with spray paint?
The aluminum, you're talking about his antenna, if you spray paint it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's, I don't see what it would hurt, but, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got, with a fiberglass antenna, you know, your radiating element, if I can spit that out, is coated in fiberglass, all right? You know, the aluminum pipe, in this case, tube, is the radiating element. Why can't you coat it in paint? What's the difference in being coated in fiberglass and being coated in paint?
Here's the argument. Like say Antron or IMAX, the center element is in the center of the fiberglass. If you were cut through it, you would see that the actual radiating element is not touching the fiberglass. If it were to touch, you'd notice a spike in SWR, hence like when it blows around in the wind. So, the same holds true. Like if you put some sort of barrier, some sort of coating, some sort of something on an old aluminum antenna, you're going to increase your SWR by a marginal fraction, Roger?
Yeah, I didn't realize that the element in an Antron wasn't actually touching the fiberglass, so that's a new one on me. But that makes sense.
There's a honeycomb inside there, and that wire's right dead in the middle of it.
That's right.
I think I'll just put the radio arms on it on the Antron 99 and see if that helps. That'll solve that problem.
Now you guys got a misconception about that Antron 99. The fiberglass don't affect the wire at all. Only reason it rattles around in there at the Antron 99's hollow, and you open it up and the wire doesn't do anything to it. Fiberglass. Look at your mobile antenna, your fiberglass mobile antenna. It's sealed with fiberglass around it.
Yeah, it's solid.